So today is a day when many people eat no meat, but sustaining as a vegetarian can be difficult. Luckily, we have Danielle Perry here today. She's a nutritionist with Eagle Vision Nutrition, and she's here to show us how we can enjoy being a vegetarian.
Hi, Seth.
Happy Friday. Yeah.
Happy Friday to you.
So a lot of people, they give up meat for Lent, but sometimes they have trouble sustaining themselves as vegetarians.
Yes.
How can people become vegetarians safely and in a healthy way?
Well, I think the three main things you want to look at when you're approaching vegetarianism or any sort of diet in particular is three main things are moderation, variety, and balance. And we're talking about balance in terms of where you're getting your calories from. You want to get your calories from all whole foods if you can, with very, very little, in terms of moderation, very little refined carbohydrates or simple sugars.
Okay.
And variety in terms of color. And so
why
for vegetables,
is that so important? People always say that. I don't know why, though.
You don't know why? Well, basically, different colored fruits and vegetables offer different nutrients. And so if you're only eating kale, which I could be a kaleaholic myself, but if you're only eating kale, then you're lacking different vitamins from different fruits and vegetables. And so you need to have your orange and your red fruits and vegetables. You need to have greens. You need to have
some avocado,
or some starchier ones as well. Yeah.
It seems like it's so difficult, but there's also a delineation that needs to be made. I think a lot of people out there, they might get upset and think that vegetarian, you have to go all in, but you can just incorporate more of this kind of lifestyle into a diet filled with meat too.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's an important thing. I personally am a vegetarian. I don't think you have to be a vegetarian to be healthy. I think that vegetarianism works for some of the population, and I believe it doesn't for others. I have friends and colleagues who tried to be vegetarian for like 15 years and it didn't really work for their body and they were sick all the time. So I really believe that our body clues us into what we need and we need to listen to that.
Now, do you need to take a multivitamin or some kind of supplement to be a vegetarian? Or if you eat right and if you eat a lot of these things, can you do it on your own without any of that stuff?
I think if you eat right, you can certainly do it on your own. I think the only thing that we need to think about in terms of where we live is vitamin D. A vitamin D supplement, especially in the winter months, would help anyone and whatever kind of diet they have.
That's true.
But you can get your calcium, like people say, where are you going to get your calcium from if you're a vegan? You can get your calcium. You would have to eat a lot of leafy green vegetables to be able to help you do that. But of course, vegetarianism isn't veganism. They're very different. So vegetarian, you would eat your eggs and you would eat your dairy.
And this brings us to the protein section. These are a lot of proteins, but you can find proteins in surprising places, like in grains and beans.
Yes, in grains and beans, especially quinoa. Quinoa is definitely like one of those new hot grains that everyone's eating. And it's from the Incans and the Mayans, and it has lots of good nutrients for you, lots of protein as well, which is rare for a grain. Some grains have a little bit, but this one has a lot.
And speaking of proteins, nuts are a huge source for vegetarians and for anyone, though, for
exactly,
that matter.
Nuts, seeds, and the ones that I have here, these are pepitas. Yes, which are pumpkin seeds. And you can also get, these are flax seeds and chia seeds and hemp seeds. And the importance of these right here are the omega-3 fatty acids that they offer. In our traditional diet of Americans, we eat too much omega-6 fatty acids and our balance, our ratio is off. And omega-3 fatty acids really help us with decreasing inflammation in our bodies, as well as, so that could deal with heart disease or arthritis. It helps your skin. It's got many, many different benefits, and having just a tablespoon or two of this a day would help with that.
And now, lastly, real quick, we're almost out of time, but what are these oils here?
Okay, so this is coconut oil, my favorite oil to use. If you're going to cook with oil, coconut oil is the best one to do because it's stabilized. It doesn't, when heated, release the, it doesn't get oxidated and release the free radicals that you need to worry about with cancer.
And you can always substitute this for butter. So you don't need, you can kind of get yourself away from butter and onto oils.
Exactly.
And lastly, what's this?
This is just shredded coconut. I'm a big coconut fan. You can get coconut water, coconut oil, shredded coconut. Don't forget to hydrate. And there's always room for good things like some nice dark chocolate.
It's all about moderation.
It's all about moderation.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure to have you.